Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of my Gallery Blooms class to go. I am featuring the Gallery Blooms for my second class to go in August. I love this floral bundle. It is so pretty. In addition to these flower dies, you're also going to get this beautiful giant frame die, which we used yesterday. So make sure you check out day 1 of the Gallery Bloom class to go. To get the class to go, all you need to do is place a minimum $50 order in my online store by August 30th, and you'll get the class to go for free. I do have bonuses at $100 and $150 orders. You can check out the details in the video description. I have all the details on how to get the class to go for free in the video description, or you can check out day 1 where I talk about it in a little bit more detail. All right, this one doesn't have any greetings. The Gallery Blooms is just flowers. So I am pulling in my Unbounded Love stamp set for all my greetings this week. You can substitute any greetings you want for these cards. I love this one. I love the fonts on this one, and I love how they're kind of like builder greetings. You can really pair them up well. So that's the one I'm using this week. Yesterday, we made this stunning Celebrate Have a Blessed Day card. Isn't this one gorgeous? I love these colors. Lost Lagoon and Secret Sea. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Today, we are making this stunner of a card. These colors together are just gorgeous. We're using Strawberry Slush, Peach Pie, and Granny Apple Green. Isn't this like a color combo made in heaven? Love it. So let's go ahead and jump right into this one. Now, I have already done some of the coloring and some of the stamping. So let me show you what I've done for this background piece. You'll have a piece that is 5 by 3 3/4 in your kit, a basic white, and you're going to stamp that little flower all the way around the border of it. And you can do it as close to the middle as you want. I kind of kept it pretty close to the border. We're going to put a greeting strip over the middle. But I kept those flowers kind of around the border, but big enough that we can really do some coloring. So we're going to finish up by coloring these flowers on the bottom, and I'll show you how I got that beautiful pink and orange hue to those flowers. Gorgeous, right? Also in your kit, you have a couple pieces of Granny Apple Green. These are for mounting the basic white and the greeting. For full measurements, make sure to check your the video description or my blog, which is linked in the video description. We have a Strawberry Slush base. Again, check those measurements in the video description. All right, before we get to the coloring, let's just finish up our stamping. So we have a little strip of white here, and I'm going to grab my Peach Pie and Strawberry Slush ink pads. And I'm going to start with my Strawberry Slush. We're going to stamp the longer part of the greeting here. I'm not going to go all the way to the right side. I want to leave just a little bit of room, maybe like 1/2 inch on the right, maybe 3/8 of an inch. We want to make sure that we're leaving room for the faith part of the greeting. And so we'll stamp that right here. Gorgeous, right? Oh, these colors together, Peach Pie and Strawberry Slush. Sounds like a very yummy dessert option. All right, I'm going to move my ink pads out of the way, and we'll bring in our Stampin' Blends, and we're going to do our coloring. I stamped my flowers in Memento black ink because we're going to do the coloring. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Let's start with the leaves. The leaves are pretty easy. We're not doing a whole lot of fancy blending on the leaves because we really want the spotlight of this card to be the flowers. So for the leaves, we're not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to start with my light Granny Apple, and I'm just going to color them. I'm just going to give them a nice little wash of color. If you don't have Granny Apple Green, another substitute would be Lemon Lime Twist. That would be another good green that would go really well with this. There's a leaf back here. We'll just do one like flower cluster at a time, and these leaves over here. Okay. Now, where the artist has made it a little bit darker on one side, that is where I'm going to add my dark highlights. You know, the artist has done the hard work for me. I'm not going to overthink where to add those extra highlights. I'm not being too precise with them, just putting some dark on, and then we'll just blend it out, and that will just give us some nice shading and coloring to it. Okay. And we'll do the same with these leaves over here. Again, there's not very many of them. And depending on how you stamp your flowers, if you don't want to do a lot of the leaf coloring, you can kind of strategically stamp it so there's not a lot of leaves stamped. And that would be perfectly fine. The beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous part is those Strawberry Slush flowers. Okay. All right, that's our leaves. we're done with our granny apple green. Now you'll do that to all of the flowers around your whole card, obviously. Okay, let's bring in our strawberry slush and our peach pie. So let's start with our strawberry slush. We'll go dark first this time. So let me grab my markers. Okay. So for the flowers, again, we're going to take cues from the artist, where the artist has made those marks. That might be a leaf right there. We might come back with a green. Actually, we'll just make that a petal. It's okay. Where the artist has made those marks, I'm going to go in with my dark strawberry slush, and I'm just going to do the darker lines where the artist has told me to do the darker lines. Petals that are kind of overlapping each other are going to be a little bit darker as well. There's going to be shadows cast on those. So if you wanted to get really exact with where your shadow is and light sources, you could absolutely do that, but I'm not going to be too precise with that. I'm going to go almost all the way to the tip with my light. I'm going to blend out that dark and go almost all the way to the tip, not quite all the way to the tip. And we're going to come back in with our strawberry slush after we add our peach pie, but so almost all the way to the tip there. And the less, I would say the less you're a perfectionist about this whole process, I think the prettier your flowers turn out. So don't obsess about making sure that everything is exact and perfect, because I think your flowers come out better that way. Now I did dark peach pie for the center of the flowers, and I'm going to come in with my light peach pie and just add color to the tips of all these flowers. You can go over that strawberry slush, and that'll help the blending process start. And then I'm going to come back in with my light strawberry slush and just really kind of just barely touch those tips where the peach pie is. I'm just dragging some more of the strawberry slush color up, but not all the way to the end. I want to leave some of that peach pie color right on the tips. And if you want the centers, if you want the strawberry slush to be a little bit more defined, you can go back in with your dark and really just add some more dark. All right, let's do that again. Let me make sure I have my dark in my hand. So we're going to do that one more time over here with this flower. We're going to add some dark where the artist has told us we need to put some dark. And we're going to go in with the light, just kind of blend that dark up a little bit, not all the way to the tips of those petals, but just almost to the tips of those petals. Dark peach pie in the center of those flowers. And then we'll add that light peach pie to the tips of all of those flowers, and we'll go back with the light strawberry slush and just make sure that everything is blending and harmonizing together. All right, stunning, right? Isn't that gorgeous? All right, let's cap all these markers and we'll put them away. And then the rest of the card goes together super easy. The coloring was definitely the hard part of the card, and it is so relaxing and so fun, and those flowers are just stunning. Okay, we're going to put some adhesive. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this gorgeous flower piece. Even the back is pretty. And on the back of my greeting piece, we'll pull out those two granny apple green pieces. So this greeting piece, it's going to be the same length, so you're not going to have a border on the left and the right, just on the top and the bottom. Just like that. And then there's going to be just about 1/8 of an inch border with this granny apple green piece. You're just going to end up with a small, thin border. All right, and now we're going to put this on our card base. Everything gets dimensionals now. So peel that off. And our big piece here gets dimensionals. And I'm going to use some of my border pieces here. I love border pieces for bigger edges like this. And don't ever get rid of these border pieces on your dimensionals. These are some of the best pieces on the sheet. So give me a little heart or something in the, give me a like, a thumbs up if you love those border pieces as well on this video. I'd love to know. I've heard of some people go, oh, I never use those border pieces. And I'm like, why are you throwing those away? They're the best pieces. All right, there is our greeting. Now this card is just stunning all by itself. We're going to add some iridescent foil gems to make it even more stunning. And add just a few of these around just to make it even more beautiful than it already is. Now, if you want a full package of these iridescent foil gems in your kit, just make sure your order is at least $150 before tax and shipping, and you'll get a full package of those in your kit. All right, guys, that does it for day 2. Isn't this card gorgeous? And there's really not a lot to it. We didn't do any die cutting on this card. This is really just coloring, stamping, and coloring, which I love. That's right up my alley. So this is day 2. If you like this card, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you love using those border pieces on dimensionals too. That's always fun. And if you like this card, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. I'll be back tomorrow with day number 3 of the, oh my gosh, I just forgot the name of this, Gallery Blooms class to go. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.